Imagine a world frozen solid. A failed experiment to stop global warming instead triggers a deadly ice age. Every living thing on Earth dies, except for one train. A train that never stops moving. Inside, survivors cling to life. But this isn't salvation, it's a nightmare. The rich live in luxury at the front. The poor are trapped like animals in the back. For 17 years, they've endured hell. Now, one man decides enough is enough. He's gonna fight his way to the front and take control. This is their last chance for freedom. The story begins 17 years after the ecological disaster. Military soldiers enter one of the train cars to count the people living there. Everyone looks exhausted and dirty. Clear signs they live in the poor section. The soldiers order people to sit down. Everyone obeys immediately, except a man named Curtis. He ignores them at first, then slowly sits next to his friend Edgar. Curtis whispers that he counted the number of soldiers. One soldier asks if anyone can play the violin. An old couple steps forward. The soldier takes only the husband and beats the wife when she tries to follow. Later, the soldiers hand out the protein bars. Curtis searches for hidden notes inside them. A woman named Tanya points to her son Tim's bar. Curtis trades the boy a soccer ball for it and reads the secret message. It gives the name of a man locked up in the prison car. Curtis talks with Gilliam, the respected elder of the tale. They plan a revolution to reach the front of the train, take the engine, and end the cruel system run by Wilford. That same night, soldiers return and start taking children for, quote, medical checks. They measure the kids and grab Tim and another boy. One desperate father throws a shoe at the woman in charge. As punishment, soldiers push his arm outside into the freezing cold. While his hand turns to ice, Minister Mason walks in and gives a cold speech about rules and order. Then they smash the frozen hand with a hammer. The man's screams fill the car. Gilliam steps forward and calmly asks to speak with Wilford. Mason respects him because they are old friends. She orders the guards to lower their guns. Curtis notices the guards look nervous and realizes the guns are empty. They must have used all their bullets in the last riot. During the next food distribution, people complain loudly about the tasteless bars. A soldier threatens to shoot an old man. That is the final spark. Curtis grabs a rifle, points it at his own chest, and pulls the trigger. Nothing happens. The tail section explodes into revolt. They smash through the next door with a battering ram and overpower the guards. They reach the prison car and free Namgung Min-soo, the man who designed every lock on the train. Namgung agrees to help, but only if they give him and his daughter Yona 2 doses of the drug Chrono for every door they open. Yona has a special gift. She can sometimes see what waits behind closed doors. Together they push forward. In one empty car, they stop at the windows and stare in wonder at sunlight and a frozen city rushing past. In the next car, they meet the man who makes the protein bars. Curtis looks inside the machines and feels sick when he sees the bars are made from crushed insects. A new hidden note says, water. Curtis changes the plan. If they control the water supply, they can force Wilford to negotiate without reaching the very front. But when Namgung opens the next door, Yona has a bad vision. Armed thugs wait on the other side. There is no turning back. A savage fight breaks out. Curtis grabs an axe and fights with years of built-up rage. Suddenly, the train horn announces they are crossing Catherine Bridge. It's New Year's Eve. Guards pause to celebrate. Curtis throws his axe at Mason, but misses. The guards put on night vision goggles as the train enters a long, dark tunnel. The battle turns chaotic and bloody. Many rebels fall. Curtis shouts for light. A boy with matches lights a torch, and the tail people charge forward with fire. They finally overpower the guards. Mason is stabbed in the leg and captured. Curtis takes Mason hostage. In the chaos, a guard kills Edgar. Curtis feels the pain, but chooses to keep moving for the greater cause. They use the water car to wash the blood off. Mason offers to guide them forward if they spare her life. Gilliam begs Curtis to stop and avoid more death, but Curtis is determined to finish it. They enter the rich sections and see everything they were denied. Greenhouses, an aquarium full of fish, and a school where rich children learn propaganda about Wilford and the train. A teacher shows them pictures of early rebels called the Icy Seven who jumped off the train and supposedly died. She repeats that going outside means death. A delivery man brings New Year's eggs and hands them out. Curtis finds a note inside one that says blood. Suddenly, the delivery man and the teacher pull out guns and open fire. The teacher is quickly killed. On the television, they see guards executing Gilliam. Heartbroken, Curtis shoots Mason dead. Only a few rebels remain: Curtis, Namgang, and Yona. They keep pushing forward through cars full of drunk and drugged rich people dancing and ignoring the suffering behind them. Namgang and Yona steal warm clothes and more chronol. At last, they stand before the final door to the engine. Curtis asks Namgang to open it, but Namgang has another idea. He's been saving Chrono to blow the train door open and escape outside. He believes the ice is melting and life can return to Earth. Curtis tells Namgang his own dark secret. In the earliest years, before the protein bars, the Tail people ate each other to survive. Curtis knows the taste of human flesh and hates himself for it. That pain drives him to reach Wilford. A woman in black shoots Namgang and invites Curtis to dinner with Wilford. Inside the engine room, Wilford greets Curtis warmly. He reveals the shocking truth. Every revolt, including this one, was planned together with Gilliam to control the population and keep the train's delicate balance. The riots meant to stop at the bridge, but Curtis went too far, so Gilliam had to die. Wilford offers Curtis the chance to take his place and run the train. While they talk, Yona works on the wires and finally opens the door. She runs in looking for matches. Curtis, tempted by Wilford's words, pushes her away at first. Then Yona lifts floor tiles and discovers a small child trapped inside the machinery, working as a living part to keep the engine running. Wilford explains they take young children from the tail to replace worn-out parts. This is too much for Curtis. He attacks Wilford, jams his own arm into the gears to stop the machine, and pulls the boy free. He throws Yona a match. Namgang, still alive, lights the explosive. Curtis and Namgang use their bodies to shield Yona and the little boy as the bomb goes off. The explosion rips through the train and triggers a massive avalanche. Cars derail and crash. When everything finally stops, Yona and the rescued boy put on warm coats and step outside onto the snow for the first time in their lives. The air is cold, but they are free. In the distance, they see a living polar bear walking across the ice. Life has returned to the world. A new beginning awaits beyond the broken train.